What's going on, guys and girls of Twitch? Just got some tunes playing while we wait for some people to join. Gonna be doing some digital art tonight. See if I can get these volumes right. Just tweak that a little. Let's try that. Alright, I might have to up my volume a little. Just something like that. Got a couple of minutes before we kick off at 9:30 p.m. Brisbane, Australia time, so grab a drink, grab a snack, do what you gotta do to get comfortable. Gonna be drawing probably for about an hour and a half tonight. We'll see where the night takes us, eh? So I'm going to be drawing a picture for someone named Doug Conn. He's a fellow magician, and he has 3 cats which he is quite fond of, so I'm going to do a bit of a digital art featuring his 3 cats. Got some lo-fi beats going in the background. This is the man of the hour, Mr. Doug Conn. Check out his Instagram if you can. He's got some amazing content, and he's just a huge library of knowledge, all things magic. But even if you're not a magician, it's just great fun to watch. So I recommend you checking out his channel, and he also has a website with a store if you're interested in starting magic or you've been doing it for a while. He's got bits and bobs for all levels, and the shop is like quite literally 12 pages of just anything you can think of. So head on over to conjure.com. There's some good specials on at the moment too, and like I said, it suits all levels, so go and show Doug some love. All right. Let's jump on into... So this is the picture that I was working on in the previous streams, but we're going to move over to this one. Now, normally I would have a roughed in version as an example. Hey, Ragab's in the house. So normally I would have this rough layer already done, but I think with the picture I'm doing for Doug, it's going to be a bit of a journey, a bit of a discovery journey. So I grabbed some pictures. We've got his 3 cats, Harry Blakestone, St. John Bosco Jr. the Third, and Cy. I hope I got those names right, Doug, in the right order of cat. And what I thought would be fun to do is to have them on his desk doing some online shopping. And if I get rid of the cat layer for a second, they're shopping for a silicone paw using Doug's website. So that's the premise. How it turns out is yet to be discovered. So let me just lower the opacity on these bad boys so we can see what we're working with. And then I'll get a roughed in drawing. I'm going to start with the background. So we might only get the rough layer done tonight, but we'll see. Might do a few of these streams. Just going to get the microphone out the way a little. I'm quite new to using this program as well, Clip Studio Pro, so if you all know some helpful tips and tricks, let me know. If you're watching the VOD after this is streamed, feel free to drop a comment on shortcuts and hotkeys and all things that trip people up the first time they're using Clip Studio Paint. Alright, let's make sure we're on the right layer. Rough layer, black, pen. I'm just going to get rid of these. These are just some little notes saying I wanted the cat to look at the screen. It's good to hear. Ragav, I love it when a meeting gets cancelled and frees up some time. Trust me, I know all about that world. That's why I'm streaming at 9:30 at night, Australia time. I'd like to be streaming during the day, but you know, we got to keep our day jobs. Might do. Yes, that's above that layer. Alright, what's going on here? Let's do I usually rough in using this fattish pen, and then I use a finer ink, an India ink brush to do the papered lines and stuff. So let's go ahead and grab a fat Milli pen brush, and we'll just get something roughed in. And the thing about digital art is it's redrawing the same line about 20 times. Not too concerned about the details here because the cats are going to be in the way. We will get this pad in. Might just do a rough. Sort of gives me my guidelines of what I'm working with in terms of background. Probably get rid of this keyboard altogether. We'll keep the desk. That'll become a chord. We've got this speaker thing happening in the background. Then we've got this. Range pen, let's not do that. Alright, that's a bit chunky. Lower that down. Let's get these roughed in. Cats. Can't see what the hell's going on there. Let's zoom on out. Throw in the cats again. I do want this cat to be looking at the monitor, so that head's going to turn, which will make the shoulder turn. And he'll be doing sort of this. I might cut in. I want a paw to go over the shoulder of that cat. And he's going to be pointing as well. Alright. Where's the cats? That's fine. Have this monitor happening. Got that. We've got 2 monitors because Doug be doing it like that. Multi-camera, multi-monitor. Making sure we're getting all angles of that good content. What I'd like to know is how to draw point to point. I know in Photoshop you can mark a point, hold down shift. Oh, there we go. So let's go ahead and get rid of that garbage. And we'll throw in some of this. What I might do, this will make sense in a second, trust me. G? Nope. Yep. Oh, I see. So we're referencing editing layer only. Yep. Bingo bango. And then we can lower the opacity on it. Grab a white brush. Throw in these things. That's going to wipe that out. Is this Silicon Pause the best software for drawing custom things? What's special in this Adobe? Oh, in this than Adobe Illustrator or other Adobe tools? I'll tell you right now what's special about this is the once-off cost. Basically, I couldn't afford $80 a month for the Photoshop suite, and it is $80 a month if you want the full suite, or you can get individual apps for like $30 a month. But I use like 4 apps across um, doing the drawings in Photoshop, and then I typically put the drawings I do in Photoshop into Adobe Animate, do the animations, and then get that into Premiere Pro to do the final edit and add all the audio, and then I'd export, so you need media encoder as well. So it was gonna cost either like $120 a month for separate, or $80 for the whole package. Is like 12 apps for that $80. But this Clip Studio Paint is a once-off payment. It was like 300 Australian dollars, and it's got a huge online library of resources attached to it. So people do use this for animating as well. I haven't gone down that rabbit hole yet, but I know you can, if we go to window, you can add timelines. You're just going to have to trust me on that because I can't find it. There it is, timeline. So you can add in timelines and have your keyframed images, if that makes sense. So you can make things move around the screen. You can have a camera that you can keyframe as well. But it's all a bit tricky. A huge range of brushes as well. I haven't gone down that rabbit hole, but there are like hundreds and hundreds of brushes. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of brushes. Let me just up the opacity on this again. And there we go. We've got our grey screen with our white lines. Back to a black ink. On the right pen. I'll just go over this. I'm going to redo this line. Should have been using that shift trick the whole time. Cheat for drawing straight lines. I do follow some professional digital artists. There's a channel called Drawfee, YouTube channel, and they do Twitch streams as well. They have what's called Cintiqs, so they're actually drawing on the tablet screen itself, whereas I'm using this draw pad. It's like a mouse. So there's a bit of a disconnect between what my hand's doing and what I'm seeing on the screen, as opposed to just drawing directly onto a screen. Drink break. All right. We've got some background in now. Keep losing track of what these cats are gonna do. Might have to go a bit wider. Get a bit more of a full picture on what I need to cover. All right. I won't do that because I've got to turn his head. His ears are going to be like over here somewhere. And then his head will be poking out that way. And he'll come down like that. Like a little snowman. And this all looks very messy if you don't know, if you're not the person drawing, but I can see through the lines and I can see where they're, what I'm actually meaning. Blaze Sarah. Yeah, I'm pretty new to the, I am definitely new to the whole Twitch streaming thing. Not just streaming, but viewing as well. I was actually watching some Xavier Spade recently. We were having a good chat with him. He only had like 18 viewers, which was odd, so We were talking Magic while he was playing. I think he was playing Overwatch. I'm not a gamer, so yeah, I was just watching him play games, and we were having a good old chat, which was pretty cool, chatting to Xavier Spade. And then Chris Ramsey raided his channel, and all of a sudden he had hundreds of viewers, so no surprise there. I'm gonna keep this case. Alright. I'm gonna lower my brush size. I think my roughs are getting a little too rough. So what I might do is go a little more detailed. Going on there. It might be just that. I don't know, we'll go with that for now. I wasn't completely sold on the idea of doing a whole Twitch thing, but I usually talk to myself a fair bit when I'm drawing anyway, so thought, why the hell not? Someone else can hear what I'm saying instead of talking to myself. The next goal is to become Twitch affiliate. Then I can start adding things to there's rewards that viewers can click on, and I'm still learning how all that works, but yeah, like you can dedicate how many points or how many reward points to do certain things. So I'll add some magic stuff in there. Might be like 300 points. You can request for me to do a magic trick or something. Haven't quite figured that out yet, but gotta become Twitch affiliate first. Xavier Spade has cool tech. He's a master of using OBS. Yeah, I'm on OBS at the moment, and I've used it probably 4 times. I did come across quite a useful tutorial on YouTube, funnily enough, as everything is on YouTube. YouTube's basically my learning platform. And it was actually a Twitch stream video of someone walking someone else through how to set up their OBS. So I just basically watched that video and acted as if I was the recipient of the learning. Followed him step by step, and before I knew it, I had a camera in my face and a microphone in front of me. This was actually a bit tricky to set up because I'm using a condenser mic. It's a Behringer C1, so it needs its own power. So I have to run this mic through to a DI box, and then from the DI box I'm running out to a PV amp kit, and then from the PV amp kit into the computer. So it was a little bit to get my head around that. My first stream I just used the headphones, and yeah, as you can imagine, the audio is garbage. So I'm still figuring out the audio, and that's the other hard thing about streaming, is you don't know what the other people are hearing or seeing. Video's buffering now, I'm leaving. Have some other work. Great. Have reactions in Twitch. Yeah, cool. Thanks for dropping by, Ragav, and keep killing it on socials, man. You're You're doing great on, I've always seen your Instagram posts and stuff. You seem to always be out and about. So keep up the good work and I'll catch you later. Let me get rid of this. Get rid of this. All right. Scenes. I need to have a scene for drink break. I got this thing, don't know when I'd use this, but I got this scene and I got a scene for time for some magic, boy. So this is when I would be doing a magic trick. Got a bit bigger camera and I can do stuff like just reach out and grab a deck of cards from thin air and bust into a magic trick. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First step is viewers. That's not the button I wanted. I don't know what this thing is. Sometimes you gotta up the opacity on what you're drawing just to figure out what you're trying to draw. Nope, we're going all the way. Alright. Looks like some tech of some sort. I've got this thing over here. Looks like a book in the background. I'm not too concerned about the mouse because I'm not even sharing the screen. That's good. That's good OBS and I'm delete that. I'm drawing on the wrong layer. I need to be on that. Alright. Not too concerned about the mouse because I'm going to be having one of the cats hold the mouse. So this cat, Sai, I should clean all this. Let me clean this garbage up so we can see what's going on here. Hey, can you shift? Oh, you can. Okay. Handy to know. You can hold down shift for the cats as well, for the eraser, for the cats. Alright, let's get that going. We've got St. John Bosco Jr. the Third. I deleted the wrong part there. So I want his head to turn. I'm trying to get rid of this. That's going to be his head. Something like that. It's going to be a St. John Bosco Jr. We can get rid of this space helmet looking thing he's got going on. Oh. No, we can't. I've gone and put that on that layer. Alright. Layers, people. My layer management is far from something to be desired. You can't see my layers at the moment because I got this strip above and below me, but if I get rid of it for a sec, is it that one? It is that one, and I'm gonna have to get rid of my camera. So I got 3 colored layers. You can ignore the stuff underneath because it's just reference pictures. I have a rough layer, a color layer which sits under a line layer. That's it. Once I get, and I shouldn't say that's it. The color layer is just the flats, and then I can turn my camera back on now so that I'm not talking to no one. Right, so my color layer, which sits between rough and line, is just flats, but then I'll put either an adjustment layer or a separate layer above it for shadows, and then another layer for highlights. They're usually adjustment layers because I'll do a multiply to get the color darker for shadows, and a different filter to make it lighter. The last layer that I will do, and I don't always do it, is an overpaint layer. So that's just, I've got the final product. It's probably ready to post, but let's go in and do some final. It's like using Adobe After Effects when you got your video in Premiere Pro and it's all edited and good to go. You might want to add some After Effects stuff in there. But for the moment, we're just working on the rough layer. Not even close to lining. It is fun to see the art though go from this rough layer. If I turn rough layer off, and this is what it looks like now. So it's quite a drastic change just in the detail. That's a separate drawing. What I'm going to do is a little bit of show and tell. I'm going to have a break from drawing that picture, and I'm going to bring up something else. I found this picture a while ago. So I'm doing a picture for Doug, who's one of the Magic Guys trio. I did a picture for Jason Ma back when he was one of the Magic Guys, regular on the podcast. Where is my, sorry, I'm vamping because I'm trying to find the right scene here. There we go. And I did that picture back in, when was that, 2017? It was a long time ago. Yeah, and I came across it the other day and I was like, oh, I remember that. Quite like that one. I did one for Josh Norbito as well. It was him like doing a one-handed stand on a chair and doing a roundhouse kick at a Rubik's Cube, and all the pieces were flying out, but I can't seem to find that anymore. So Josh, I hope you got a copy, because I sure as hell don't. And that was the first time I did magic out in the shopping centre. Anyway, I'm digressing too much now. Go buy stuff from Doug. Did I say that? Go check out Doug's Instagram. Did I say that? Oh, this is the other one that I did in the same sort of animal-human hybrid style. And he's reading a book called Hairstyles just because I'm hilarious. We can get rid of that. And that was the other one. So the one I'm doing now is kind of the sister to this one. Struggling to find the right window. There it is. Right, I'm stalling. Back into it. What are we on? Eraser? We don't want that. We want the marker. No, I lied. We do want the eraser because I'm cleaning up these cats. Gotta clean up the cats. Harry Blackstone is a mess. I'm quite proud that I learnt these cats' names in case you hadn't guessed, so I'm going to be dropping them left, right, and centre. And then Doug's going to let me know that I got the cats' names mixed up, and this is actually Harry Blackstone, and this is St. John Bosco Jr. the Third. Why couldn't you have just called it Sam? Anyway, moving on. Get rid of this arrow. Oh, I'm deleting the wrong stuff again. Get arrow out of here. Get this paw cleaned up a little. Yeah, so what I want... Oh, I probably should have left that in, actually. I want the cat to kind of have a paw over the top of this cat, but probably not a paw that looks like it's broken. We might go with an intact paw over the shoulder, but then at the same time he's pointing at the screen, telling Sai to purchase one of these. I might get rid of... I should have deleted or mask it. What do you think, people? Delete or mask? Everyone in chat? No, no help. Alright, I'll delete it. You had your chance. Okay. Definitely doing this the hard way. But that's alright. We can do things the hard way sometimes. I think if anyone just jumped in now, a random person, they'd look at this screen and go, what the hell is going on here? This is a goddamn cat fight. Alright. I think how I might clean this up is I'll grab this color. Do you know how long it took me to figure out that I gotta click this button on the pen to bring up the wheel so that I can select different colors? See how it's changing the color in the bottom corner? It's not that in Photoshop, that's all I'll say. Why am I drawing on the cat layer? Rough. It took a very long time. And I got to get my OBS shortcuts intact so that I can set up just like different numbers for the different scenes. So I can just push a button and then switch to this, or push a button and switch to the magic trick, get the big or other bits, random rubble. Okay. What was that? Oh, that was that goddamn arrow. That's what that was. Again, I know this is the rough layer. Why am I bothering deleting these lines and fixing up tangents and... Sometimes it just helps to work with a clean slate. So not the right color. All right. I'm going to get rid of everything that's a reference, and we'll see what we got. Hey, look at that. 3 cats at a computer. Don't worry, Doug, I promise. This will look better before I send it to you. I promise I will clean this hot mess up before I send it to you. I really kind of dug myself a hole here too. It's hard enough drawing fur, one little patch, and I've got like over a quarter of the canvas is fur, and it's different colored fur and different density fur that sits differently and goes in different directions. Look at this. Look at this. We've got dark fur, heavily lit, with big tracks around the head. We've got a light brown fur with a big dark patch here, but the dark patch also has highlights. And I don't even know what's going on with Sai. We've got streaky straight, which goes into whatever you call that, and then it goes into straight again, but there's highlights all the way through this and probably like 10 different colors. So I'm gonna have to find a way to simply represent the fur without getting into too much detail. Anyway, I am going to risk making a racket, and I'm going to put the aircon on, because although it's 10 past 10 at night, it's about 30 damn degrees here. Hey, Diggs. What's up with you? I'm just chilling, doing a bit of drawing, listening to some chill hop. Doing a drawing for a magic buddy of mine. It's going to be 3 cats doing a bit of online shopping, because why the hell not? And I'm learning how to use Clip Studio Pro for probably the 4th time. But we're good. We're chilling. Taking it easy. Just getting in a rough layer. And for reference, get rid of that rough layer. Just want to show you, I can draw. Because looking at this hot mess, you know, we're roughing it out. Rough layer. That's not a pen, that's an eraser. That's a good start. So what are your hobbies there, Diggs? Are you an artist as well, or as well, like I'm an artist? Do you draw as well, or are you a magician, or do you have another amazing hobby like skydiving or juggling swords? Me asking because I'm new to this whole Twitch thing, and one of the reasons I started it was because I started watching Twitch, and I was seeing all these fun conversations and people meeting each other, and for the most part, good people behaving themselves and having fun. So I thought I might get in on this. start drawing on Twitch. Start a couple of conversations. I don't know what I need to draw next. What am I drawing next? Need to bring in the background layer again. So, I do like the idea of keeping this close-up pad. So that's going to be a close-up pad. I don't know. Hey, maybe you can help me here. Do you know what the hell that is? Because I got no idea. Maybe it's a case or a... Actually, knowing Doug, who owns this desk, it's probably like a coin holder or something. So, I'm just going to go ahead and draw it as a little pouch. And if it's not a little pouch, so be it. Little label. Oh, that's not how you draw. I'll put a little label on there. Something. Don't know what yet. This thing as well. You know what? I keep avoiding it. I'm just going to draw it. It's going to be, I guess, a little stand for something. Let's run that down the back. I'm just sort of making up some architectural design here. There we go. Stand. All right. If I was new to streaming, where would I see that I've got one person in chat? First time chat. Still learning how to drive OBS, so bear with me. Could be in chat settings, chat appearance. Right, I'm going to go ahead and close that before I break something. Nope, too late. Let's do that and that. Right, I'm back. I got lost. I got lost in OBS settings and I ran away. I'm on pen. I am on pen. That is good. But this is going to be a book. I don't know if it actually is a book, but You know what? It's gonna be. Don't know what it's gonna be a book on. Question mark. Title. Oh, I got this chat thing up again. Get out of here. Alright. I don't know if I'm gonna draw this or keep it as an actual screen just for some funky contrast. But I might not erase it. How's that? What layer is that on? Why is it on the cat layer? Oh, because it was the background. Right. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Go ahead and get rid of all this. We don't need this. Why am I using such a small eraser? Let's get in there. Let's not be afraid to erase. Actually, I do need to keep the cat's ears for my reference. It's okay if I lose a bit. I don't want to try and draw cat's ears from scratch. So we can go ahead and get rid of this. Now we can see the screen a bit. All right. Again, drawing on the wrong layer. I'm so good at drawing on the wrong layer. Let's pick Millie pen. Really thinking a 10 or an 8. That cat is gonna overflow into this cat, if that makes sense. All right, we got a screen that's floating in midair. That's what I'm gonna do. Here's the cats. Try and see what we got going on with this desk. Oh, here's a pole at the back. Got this speaker as well, which I've half drawn. And a butt ton of wires. You got so much stuff plugged in here, Doug. What's going on? I can already see that once again, I'm drawing on the wrong layer. You think I'd learn by now? Alright. Squiggle some wires down here. That one can go over that way. can have a couple running over here. That is what we call a tangent. We don't want tangents. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a tangent is if we've drawn the keyboard perfectly and then we draw something else that comes into it. So if we've got this little box here, if we're drawing a box, nope, that ain't a tangent. I know what I'm trying to say. The letter K. And if you had a line that was a hook, but instead of hooking into here, which is good, it kind of hooks into here, and this part becomes blurred at where one ends and one begins. Something like that. I think when I've seen tangents explained, they've always used the leaf as an example because they got the veins on one side, but then the others are offset, as opposed to right where they join. Anyway. White bricks. Off you go, white bricks. My black cloth. We can run the black cloth all the way around, and that's a good cheat. I do like showing some bricks here though. So let me do this. Join that to that. Even though I drew off the page, it did join, I think. I'm gonna grab this color. I'm gonna grab a bucket. Lower the opacity. In fact, I'm gonna hide it all together because I want to grab. Does that still pick? Yeah, I want to pick probably a darker layer. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint in some bricks. Now there's probably an easier way of doing this, but this is what I'm doing. We can actually do another layer of bricks there too. So then we up the opacity. Bam, insta brick. Killing it. I gotta fix these cats up. They're killing me. Let's start with you. Since I can pretty much draw you as is, I don't have to change anything. Whereas this one I'm changing a posture and a head's looking in a different direction. I've got a paw pointing at a screen, arm over. This one's going to be a mess. This one's not so bad. So let's go ahead and get these two in. Again, just roughing them in, but I'll rough them in fairly well. So I've got a decent guideline to go off. We're on the right layer. We got the right color. We're on the right brush size. Let's go with a 6. Then we can shoot out. Again, just roughing before this cat overtakes there. Got some fuzzy little head here. Some more of this happening. Oh, no, that goes out here like that. You're a scruffy little boy, aren't you? And that goes out this way and extends all the way around. Cool. Got a rough cat. Imagine this ear comes around like this. Man, Sai. This cat's name is Sai. And it's looking shifty. What's going on with this ear? Looks a bit weird, but that's how it reads. I think there's a back arch happening here. Might be throwing me off. And then we've got this fur coming down here. And exit. Alright. I'm going to need to up the opacity on this cat because I can't see what the hell's going on. There we go. There we go. Cat's coming in like that. Zoom out a little and we can see that we've got sort of this. I can put in a tail at the back here, but probably not like that. We can't. Let's put it in like this. Now, this is a thing. This is a thing, and this is a thing. Just sort of marking out some dark patches. This one's got dark patches everywhere. This is gonna be real fun to draw. Lower. What? Tell me I was drawing on the cat layer. Tell me I was drawing on the Mother GD cat layer. How many times have I got to say it, people? Don't draw on the cat layer. I'm going to leave the tail. So we can go back to lowering that. Zooming on in. Not quite what I was after. So this is going to be black, black, white, white. I don't know if it's going to be worth. I think what I might do is just flat. Oh, that's not what I want. I'm going to flat in the whole cat as the darker layer, as this. And then I'm just going to overpaint, lower the opacity, overpaint this highlight color. Something like that. Let's see if we can get this middle cat figured out. Probably steal the ears from there. Paw's not going to bend around that way. The paw's going to come over that way. Alright. Tell me when I'm on the wrong layer, people. Come on. Throw me a bone. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lock the damn cat layer. I know it's the wrong opacity, but I'll fix that up later. This way, if I'm on the cat layer and I try and draw, it gives me this icon that says, that's not where you need to be, sunshine. Alright. Why am I on that color? Alright. Makes sense. I just color picked it before. This can go, that can go. It's gonna come out of there, I reckon. It's gonna come up. And then up. Like that sort of direction. Or maybe even the elbow is going to be here. Why couldn't you have had fish, Doug? I feel like fish might have been a bit easier to draw. Maybe. Maybe not. How can a cat point? Alright. I think he's just going to do that. Something like that. Now, fix these ears up. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get rid of all this. I know I shouldn't be erasing it like that. I should be overpainting it. But whatever. But I keep reminding myself, this is just the rough layer. We can do what we want with this. Don't be scared to draw. I'm gonna have to get rid of the cats because they're throwing me off. Really? With the white? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have some overlap of head before going into there. And that's gonna be fuzz. This is the fuzzy cat. It's gonna be Fuzz. It's gonna be Fuzz. Fuzz, 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 fuzz. This is how you draw cats. It's just a whole lot of fuzz. We got a paw happening here. Gotta also remind myself that these are gonna be sort of cartoonish cats. They don't have to be 100% biologically correct, anatomically proportioned kitty cats. Why are we missing half a cat here? I feel like it's on the cat layer. Uh-huh. Let's just bring that out to there. Zoom. Right, let's lose all the reference layers and see what we got. That's probably why I shouldn't have done that in white. Let's grab our paper layer. Gonna get a grayish. No, let's go with a something like that. Now I can see where I'm missing bits and pieces. I could draw all this, or I could just clump out that cat a little. Sorry, Sai. You're gonna be putting on weight. We're looking at 1040. See, I think I see Diggs BTW7 in the chat. Again, OBS is a little over my head at this stage, so it says first time chat. Don't know if they're just chatting or if they're actually in the stream. It'd be good if it was David Diggs. And if you don't know who David Diggs is, you need to educate yourselves, people. Let me grab this. No. Pen for a flower. David Diggs. Check him out. Along with Raphael Casal. These two, I don't want to cross him out. These two guys made some killer music with Get Back Records. Check him out. Now I'm going to undo all this, because I'm sure the cats are not going to be watching Raphael Casal and David Diggs, especially on Doug's computer. Man, I would love to get paid to do this every day. Probably not draw cats, but draw in general. Stream. Alright, we can fix that up. I'm a little bit excited and a little bit scared because we're getting pretty close to having this rough layer done and getting into the real line work. Which reminds me, I probably should save this at some point. So let me jump into this screen. I'm just going to go ahead and save this picture. All right. Could try a quick magic trick and see if this is going to work for future. So I don't quite know. I don't know how this is going to look on camera. That was perfect. So the 9 gets pushed across and goes in the middle, but because we pushed it across, it's sticking out. And what we're going to do is, as I push it in, gotta keep it in camera. One card falls from the bottom, and it is the very same 9. That could work for magic. I don't quite know. Might need a different camera angle. We'll figure it out, peeps. I'm sure there's ways and means of getting multiple cameras and being able to produce cards out of thin air and maybe even make them disappear, etc., etc. $10.46. I might end it there, peeps. What I'll probably end up doing is getting the structure of this picture a little better. Let me put it back on screen for everyone to see. I'll get the structure framed out a little better. Might even get in some proper line work around the cats. And I'll probably end up streaming the final run to the finish line before we get it ready to send off to Mr. Doug Conn, the man of the hour, as I mentioned. If you're watching this as a VOD after the stream has occurred, please go and visit Mr. Doug Conn's website. His Instagram is off the chain. He's got heaps of cool videos, family-friendly content, but very entertaining nonetheless, and 12 pages of magic doodads and whatever the other word is. for beginners and intermediate magicians and people who are just intrigued and dipping their toe in the pond and seeing what's out there, whether magic's for them or not. Not just the shop, but his site has also got a lot of excellent learning material as well, so don't be afraid to reach out. Conjure.com and start your magic journey, or just further it. And while you're there, check out my Instagram, because I got some stuff on there too, boy. Here's one that that was my first Clip Studio paint picture. Experimenting with brushes and whatnot. Anywho, I'm gonna switch back to the camera. Say, see you later. I'm Scotty P, the Mid-Strength Magician. I bloody love magic, I bloody love art, and I'm getting the hang of streaming. Bye. Yeah, figured out I couldn't hit the stop button with my hand on the camera, so we'll get the outros right next time.